Hello there, and welcome to me playing catch up. This is the day 8 topic for the community Vlogmas, which is started by Annie over at Mirth and Reverence. I am making it to slow down how quickly I speak because I realize that I talk pretty fast when I get excited about something, or even just into something. And also, enunciation is not my strong point. So I'm trying to be better about that. I would appreciate it if people would let me know how this comes across, because I feel like I am speaking super, super slow and it's difficult. So I have also I gotta stop leaning on the table when I'm doing this. Just got back into the Greystone Path. I'm still touching the table. The Greystone Path Facebook group, which is where a lot of people are posting links to the videos that they're doing for this project. I'm super excited about that because I've been searching for this topic, community vlogmas, in YouTube, and not getting a ton of videos showing up. So my plans for tonight is to keep doing the batch cooking that I'm working on right now, and finish up the knitting, which actually I have done. So I'm waiting for a batch of laundry to get done so that I can toss in the few items that need to be washed and not really blocked, but laid flat to dry. But colors running are a thing, and so it doesn't matter for this. Little tasks that I need to do, and I would like to have something to watch while I'm doing it, or during the in-betweens, during the downtime where I'm waiting, and having videos of people making their responses to this is right up my alley right now. So yay. I'm going to also work on including more links to more channels in my description box as I go. But I'm probably just going to grab them, like the channels of the people who are doing this challenge, as I watch their videos. So it's not going to be like all of them updated in this video, because I already have a small list growing, and I put that in this one. I am overthinking and over explaining, and I'm going to stop now. So today's question is, what is your most trusted memory? I have to admit that when you put in the word most, and I don't mean you, Annie, I mean you, general, in general. So this comes up at my job a decent amount. There are like a list of like 5 or 6 or 7 priorities, and these are all the most important top priorities. Well, that's not how most works. That's how priorities work. Like, there has to be one at the top, and it's a hierarchy, and it goes down from there, right? And so that's the way my brain thinks of most. So like before, on the last one where it was, what are you the most grateful for? Well, I had to try to think of like one thing, because the most. And so my brain's doing that with this one too, but I'm trying to make it relax a little. So what am I the most, no, what is your most treasured memory? And I mean, I have a number of them. The vast majority of the ones that I have are going to involve animals. Like, I suppose here's this. This would be an easier question for me if it was like, what is your most treasured memory of your experiences with this person and that person and this person and that person, or these time periods? So like, I have some treasured memories that are like super important to me that are with my grandparents and with my mother and with my brother and with the animals. Like, so for my first dog, Angel, one of my favorite memories of him, he was a Pomeranian. Well, he was a Pamawawa, we think. And he was about 5 to 7 pounds. He was little, but he was very fluffy, so he looked a little bit bigger. And he used to like to chase the birds. and they would run away because they would run away. They would fly away because they were, sparrows and robins and mockingbirds and stuff like that. I almost said mockingjays. That's not the bird. There was one time we were at a park and he was on leash, always on leash, and he was charging at this crow. She looked about the same size as him. I mean, obviously the crow didn't weigh as much as he did, and the crow just kind of ruffled his feathers up and tilted his head. And Angel just kind of like backed away. He was very confused. And that's one of my favorite memories of him. So like I have things like that. One of my favorite memories of Corby. Oh, there's too many with him. There's too many with him. He was such a good boy, and he was so memorable but awful is when he threw his back out and we were having the vet come over, and he was such a social little friendly guy, and this poor thing is screaming in pain every time he moves, and we knock on the door and he starts running circles because he's excited because people are over, but he's screaming the entire time. It was one of the worst things I've ever experienced. And he just wouldn't stop, like even when they came in and they're trying to like look at him, and he's just so excited. He's running around and he's jumping and he's like screaming in pain, like, dude, you're gonna cripple yourself, can you not? But there's so many memorable experiences with him. Unfortunately, a lot of them are like based on the various illnesses and injuries he's had. Like it was the time that he had stomach something, a virus or poisoning. We don't know what happened, but he was miserable for, I mean, I was on the floor with him for a good 36 hours, and it was the only time other than when he had his last stroke that like walking while and when his back was hurt, but that was because he got so weak he couldn't. The last day of that before he really started to get better, he had like walking was not a thing that was happening. And there was the time he had heat stroke, and then there was the time he almost got his face bit off, and then there was the time that he went to jump on the bed, but we had the mattress off because we were moving the bed, and he just landed on the wooden slats, and it was awful. But he couldn't see the mattress, and he moved too fast, and we couldn't stop him, and we couldn't get to him in time. So a lot of poor Corby experiences like that. But then also the time that he was on the subway platform with us, and he was such a city dog. He was very proud when he liked living by busy roads, and he liked walking by the busy traffic, and he liked being on the subway, and was just all very proud, and with his little chest poofed up. Loved him. Still love him. Things like that. So right now with the animals, probably my most memorable experience, most treasured memory. And this is awful, right? Because Zerk is wonderful and was a special cat, and I love him so much, and I hate that he had to die. I hate that he was sick, and I don't like that they're mortal. I kind of feel like every single animal I have should live until like right before I die. And I would like for them to live beyond that, but I also don't want them to like be sad or confused, or like I want to know that they're going to be okay. Anyway, when we went to have him put to sleep, I'm going to write them a thank you card. I cannot express how impressed I was with this place that we went to. It's not our normal vet. It was a backup vet. We've been there before, but this was the first time we'd ever gone to them for euthanasia. We prefer to have it done at the house when we can, but we couldn't for reasons this time. And so we brought him there, and it was hard because in the car ride over, he perked up a little bit because he was nervous because he was outside and didn't usually go outside. And I don't, it was wholesome and gentle and smooth and stressful a little bit for him because obviously he just wasn't feeling good, but like he also was looking for both of us. And I was able to hold him in my arms while it was happening. I've never had that before. And I don't know any of the other animals that I've had that we've had to put to sleep would have tolerated. Like Angel, when he was dying, did not want me anywhere near him. Beth could go near him, but if he could see me, he would get agitated. And I think that he was trying to fight it more. So that was really hard for me. I got to be in the same room with him, but he just didn't want to be able to see me or know that I was near. So that was rough. You know, it's my first dog. I want to be with you while this is happening, and he just wanted me not there. But Zerk definitely, he was looking for Beth, so she was there petting him, and like he was really in and out consciousness wise. You know how it'll be. There's a motor function, and then like life is there, but it's not that spark. It's kind of not. So that was like in and out. But I got to cradle him in my arms while he died, and considering the relationship that he and I had, I can't imagine like that was perfect. I don't think that he could have been anywhere more comfortable for himself. And it was heartbreaking, and it's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, and it's really difficult for me, like the way that my negative self-talk works. I was very tempted. I had to actively work to get these thoughts to change after that happened, and we left because I kind of like glommed onto, I held him and let them kill him, which isn't like he was dying. He was not going to survive the next couple of days. That was happening. So right now, that is my most treasured memory, because it was just, I mean, it's horrible, right? It's awful, but and I'm told, because Beth has warned me, that Andy, your video to this is somewhat similar. She has warned me not to go watching it yet, just because things are too recent. And I'm probably going to respect that and just skip that one of yours for now. Anyway, I've also discovered that I can live stream, but also keep it private while I'm doing that. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm liking this. I'm hoping that the sound is okay. I could probably try to put the microphone in to see if that might help, but I'm also, it picks up our air conditioner, which we have on all the time on the fan, because Beth is a tropical summer in a body, and also Molly does not prefer to be reminded that the world outside the door exists. So we try to keep some ambient noise going all the time. Anyway, okay, that's me for now. I'm going to go record another one. Woohoo! Thanks for watching.